So I'm going to be starting a series called Mechanic Rants, and I just talk about everything and anything I want to talk about when it comes to cars and things I run into on a daily basis, and I just want to talk about it and see if anybody runs into the same problem, if I can help someone or help you figure it out through these, that's great. So basically my friend texted me the other day asking me why his oil was low, and he has a brand new Honda Civic with a turbo engine in it, the 1.5. I had the same car and it's pretty much brand new. And his last oil change was like 10 to 12,000 kilometers ago, and I'm like, well, you need to do it sooner. And it's not really the car's fault, it's the fact that they use thinner oils and low tension piston rings, and plus being turbo, they have more cylinder pressure, which would allow it to bypass more oil as it is. So really, I actually don't really believe in the oil minder thing as much, because I had the Civic and it was a 2018 hatchback, and I did it before the oil minder even came on at the 15% mark. I did it every 8,000 kilometers, and I believe that should be the maximum, especially in those cars, especially anything turbo with how they're designed nowadays. And manufacturers do it on purpose to prolong the cost of maintenance of the car when it comes to marketing, and that could be, and obviously people like when things are cheaper, so it looks enticing to people who want to buy the car. And also due to thinner oils and all that stuff, that's due to emissions and fuel efficiency, which anything that's related to emissions always causes problems no matter what you do. As soon as I brought in emissions into the play, everything went to crap. If you agree with me, put in the comments, because we all know the emissions is a problem. And that goes for any maintenance interval or maintenance on a car. They've most likely prolonged everything when it comes to transmission flushes or transmission fluid changes on purpose for the cost of the car. And sometimes they even say it's lifetime fluid, which I think is bullshit, because it's lifetime of the life of the transmission when it blows up right after warranty. So I honestly don't believe in that either. I think it's false, and that you should be changing your transmission fluid at some point, not just never, because your transmission is going to be changed, or even sometimes they make it a sealed unit, and pretty much you have no choice but to either suck it out through the dipstick, or you just wait till it explodes. And that's what they want, because they know how long it'll last, and it'll last right until your warranty expires, and then you're out of luck. Now you're paying for a new transmission, and all it took was just a $50 bottle of ATF or whatever it uses. With all the information out there, I think it shouldn't be that hard to properly maintain your car, but I understand that there is a lot of information out there, so it's hard to know what's what and what to look for. And the manufacturers are making it any easier, because they're literally recommending things to you that doesn't even benefit you, like the longer intervals. It only benefits your pocket temporarily, but honestly it hurts you in the long run, because oil sludge would build up more, your car probably won't last as long, and that's exactly what they want. They want your car to blow up a lot sooner, so you have to go on another financing plan and buy another car, and that's all they care about, because they make these cars so cheap nowadays with all the plastic that they don't really care about liability anymore. But the people who do maintain their cars properly and do it a little bit sooner, their cars are going to 200 to 300,000 kilometers easily, but that also depends on the car too. Could be a Mazda or a Honda. But especially if you're buying like a BMW and doing your oil changes past 10,000 kilometers, honestly, I don't think you're getting very far with that. I think any car can last a pretty long time if you're up on maintenance. Some cars are more expensive than others to maintain when it comes to certain problems, recalls, lawsuits, and all that kind of stuff that comes with it. But all it really takes for most cars is an oil change, tires, brakes, and spark plugs, and the occasional problem that they might have. But honestly, it shouldn't be that much, and it shouldn't be that much to bring a car up to 200 some thousand kilometers. It just takes a little bit of money, because the money you're saving, you're paying it one way or another. So if you like talks like this, I run a Skool community called Mechanic Mindset, and I do more in-depth things like this and teach you why things happen instead of just telling you what to do, what to fix, and what to replace, so you actually have an idea of what you're looking at, and make you more independent on knowing what to do instead of having to go to the shop all the time. So I have my pinned comment down there and the links in the description to sign up for my community as I grow it. If you have an idea that you want me to do or make a video on, then you can put it down there and I'll add it to the community so everyone can benefit. So see you in the next video.